It starts with a green dot. That's it. That's the whole origin story. Someone in a tiny Discord server for a mobile game you barely play notices you're always online, not because you're important, because you have nowhere else to be. And one day, the owner, a guy named Kevin, who types entirely in lowercase, sends you a message. Hey, you seem chill. Want to be a mod? And you say yes. Because you're 22, it's a Tuesday, and someone finally saw you. So there you are, a moderator. The server has maybe 80 people in it. Your first act of power is deleting a message where someone posted a link to buy discount sunglasses. You feel like a sheriff. You feel like Batman. You lean back in your chair and think, honestly, I was born for this. The early days are easy. Two teenagers argue about whether a character in the game is overpowered. You tell them to take it to a different channel. They listen. You resolve a spam issue by clicking one button. Kevin promotes you again. Now you're not just a mod, you're an admin. You have a colored name, it's teal. You have never felt more seen by society. And for a while, life is good. Then the game gets an update, a big one. A streamer mentions the server, and overnight 80 people becomes 800. Then 4,000. Then a number you stop checking, because checking it makes your chest feel weird. This is where it changes, because suddenly the rules matter. The old rules were 3 lines long. Be nice, no spam, have fun. That's not going to cut it anymore. So Kevin says, we need real rules now. And he means you need real rules now. Because Kevin has a job and a girlfriend and a life. You have teal. So you write the rules, and then you write more rules. And then someone breaks a rule in a way the rules didn't anticipate. So you add a rule about that. 6 months later, your rules document is 4,000 words long. It has subsections. It has a section on the spirit of the rules versus the letter of the rules. You have accidentally written the Discord constitution. Nobody reads it. Every single person will later claim they read it. Your body starts to change too. You develop a relationship with energy drinks that a doctor would describe as concerning. You know the exact carbonation level of each flavor. You have a favorite. It's the blue one. You don't sleep so much as power down between incidents. And your friends, your real ones, the flesh ones, they start texting things like, you good? Haven't seen you in weeks? And you tell them the truth. I'll touch grass later. You will not touch grass later. Grass is a theoretical concept now. Grass is something other people have. Anyway, the raids start around the 6-month mark. You're asleep, or the version of asleep you do now, and your phone lights up. Someone's invited 40 bot accounts into the server, and they're all posting the same disgusting link at the same time. It's 3 a.m. And you're up instantly because that green dot, the one that started all this, it never turns off anymore. You are the green dot. You've become the light. So you fight, you ban. You lock the channels. You wake up 2 other mods in a group chat titled The War Room that you're a little embarrassed about, but also secretly love. And you win. You beat back the raid. And you sit there at 3:30 in the morning, heart pounding, feeling something you don't have a word for. Pride, maybe, or a caffeine-based hallucination. Hard to say. And then the real challenge arrives. Not the bots, the people. Because the thing nobody tells you about moderating is that 90% of your job is arbitrating conflicts between human beings that should not, under the laws of physics or reason, exist. 2 grown adults are fighting about whether a fictional dragon is canonically a certain color. This escalates. One accuses the other of gaslighting the community. You have to intervene. You have to type actual sentences like, okay, both of you, the dragon's color is not a moral issue. And they both of them, tell you that you're biased against dragons. You go make another blue drink, then come the tickets. Oh, the tickets. Someone opens a support ticket that says urgent. You open it ready for a crisis. It says, why did my message get deleted? You check. Their message was a photo of a raccoon in a suit. Someone else already deleted it. You explain this. They reply, so you admit the mods are corrupt. and somehow you spend 40 minutes of your one wildlife discussing raccoon censorship policy and the banned people. Everyone who gets banned was wrongfully banned. Every single one. A guy sends a slur, gets banned, and appeals with the confidence of a man who has never been wrong about anything in his life. I was wrongfully banned, he writes. You have a screenshot, you have logs, you have receipts a forensic accountant would weep over. And he says, you have no proof. You send the proof. He says, that's out of context. There is no context. There is no universe with a context. But he believes. God, he believes. The server keeps growing. 20,000, then 50. And the problems scale up with it into something that stops feeling like a hobby and starts feeling like foreign policy. There's a scam wave. Accounts pretending to be Kevin, DMing new members, telling them to click a link to verify and claim a free prize. And these aren't dumb kids clicking. These are regular people. A woman almost gives away her account information because someone made a fake profile with Kevin's picture and a username with one letter changed. You catch it. You warn everyone. You spend a whole night hunting impersonators one by one, banning fakes of yourself, fakes of Kevin, fakes of a mod named Priya who lives in a different time zone and covers the hours you can't. And that's the night something shifts in you because you're sitting there at 4 a.m, blue drink going warm beside you, and you realize you just stopped a real person from getting scammed, a real person with a real bank account and a real life and no idea how close they came. She'll never know. She'll wake up tomorrow and the danger will simply not have happened and she'll go about her day. And that's the point. That's the whole point. You're not guarding a fictional dragon, you're guarding them. And that lands different. Because the community, the actual community underneath all the raccoon tickets and Dragon Wars, it's real. There's a channel where people post when they're having a bad day and other people show up for them. There's a kid who joined lonely and made 3 best friends here. There's an old guy who lost his wife and says the only conversations he has some days are in this server. You know these things because you're always there. You see all of it, the dumb stuff and the beautiful stuff, and it turns out they're the same people. So you keep going. You mediate a debate about whether a rule against political discussion applies to a conversation about tax policy in the fictional game economy. This takes 3 days. There are factions. There is a document. You start to understand how actual wars begin. You handle a ticket from someone convinced another user is their ex stalking them. It's not. But you take it seriously because what if it was and you spend 2 hours quietly making sure everyone's safe? You don't sleep, you mean to. You say, I'll log off after this one thing. There is never one thing. There is only the next thing wearing the first thing's clothes. Your friends stop asking if you'll touch grass, they've accepted it. One of them sends you a photo of grass with the caption, in case you forgot. You laugh, you save it, you do not go outside. And then one Sunday, it hits you all at once. The exhaustion, not the fun kind, the real kind in your bones. You look at the server, at the 90,000 people, at the 6 new tickets, at the 2 mods arguing in the war room about whether a warning should be a mute, and you think, I can't do this forever. I'm a person. I have a body. I think I had hobbies once. So you decide. Tonight's the night. You're logging off. Not forever, but really off. A real break. You tell Priya to cover you. You close the tickets. You take a breath, and for the first time in what feels like years, you reach to set your status to invisible. The green dot goes gray. And it's quiet. And it's kind of beautiful, honestly. You lean back, you picture distantly a version of yourself outside in the sun near something green and alive. You think, I'm going to be a real person again. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to touch grass actually genuinely this time. You stand up and your phone buzzes. You look down. It's Kevin. It's a notification. It says, everyone urgent. And you stand there in the quiet with the gray dot. So close to freedom, you can almost taste the grass. You look at the door, you look at the phone, you look at the door, you sit back down. One more ticket, you whisper, and you open Discord.